You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And today we are here at Snap. That's right. We are at Snap.
The place.
Yes, because they have a place, and we're going to talk about that. And we are here, and we're going to talk about American Idiot, of course, that they'll be doing coming up. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk with Sarah Scheides, Carly Frolio, and Xavier Carr.
Yay.
They are all right here with us. This place is under construction as we speak.
Hard, folks.
We had to stop them from working to come talk to us. Thanks for talking with us, guys.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
You guys have been here all day?
No, not us.
Almost.
We haven't been here all day, but a lot of people, as you see, as you kind of came in, you saw the stage painted and everything like that.
Yeah.
There were actually a couple people that were here all day yesterday and all day today, just painting the set and getting everything finalized. So, yeah, there's not all of us were able to make it, but there's a lot of hands that have gone into what you see when you come into this theater for this show.
Yes. And so the show opens October 6th. It runs till the 22nd, so that's the magic date. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about those dates. So officially, we are at 2221 Thurston Circle in Bellevue, Nebraska.
That's right. The Ghost Light Theater, home of
Snap Productions.
There we go.
So tell us about what you guys are working on right now in this production. What is your character name and what are you working on right now?
Well, so I am playing Alicia in the show. I'm also sort of playing the role of Brian for when they need extra voices in the men's chorus. But it's just a lot of fun. I'm mostly in the ensemble, but I get a couple of featured parts and a couple of songs, which is a lot of fun. And for me, it's really fun being in the ensemble of this show because the ensemble is really just kind of the driving force. We kind of help bring to light the inner monologues of the named characters, such as my friends Xavier and Carly, who are playing Johnny and What's Her Name. We get to kind of be, the physical embodiments of what's going on inside their heads, which is a lot of fun for us.
Oh, that's cool.
So explain What's Her Name.
Oh,
for those who may not know.
Do you want to take that one, Carly?
Yeah, I'll let Carly take that one.
And that is the name. I love Green Day. I love the music. I still have not seen this musical.
It's a good
it's
one.
Gonna be so good.
Seriously, the character's name is What's Her Name?
Her name is What's Her Name.
I love that.
She's a very, very hot, very mysterious love interest of Johnny.
Okay.
They meet one night when he's just strolling around the city and she's just being cute in the window. And then there's an unexplainable force that happens between the two.
Okay.
They don't really understand, but it's very magnetic.
Yeah.
And the show just kind of follows them as they explore this connection through all of their trials and tribulations as life happens, addiction, all the other alcoholism, so many things happen in the show.
So many things.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the story just kind of watching them as they explore those things and how they grow from it and stuff.
So would you say this is a dramedy? Drama?
It's more
Right. It's a musical.
It's a musical, like a punk, rock, opera, Retta. I don't know.
I mean, that's honestly, that's kind of the best way to kind of explain it.
It's a little bit of everything.
Right.
Okay.
It's yes, technically it's a musical, but it's not. It doesn't have the format of a musical, but it's not necessarily an opera, but it's opera-esque in the sense of, with operas they tell stories through song, continuous song, right?
Okay.
And that's kind of how American Idiot is. So basically, with me, I play Johnny. I am, like I said, the love interest of What's Her Name, and just kind of throughout, I'm just writing letters, whether it's to friends or parents or anything like that. And in each of those letters, you kind of see kind of a start to finish from Johnny's story. I don't want to give too much away, but it's kind of the narration. I'm really kind of the only one that does any actual talking. There are some that do a little bit, but the majority of it is just singing and
that's cool.
And just telling that story through basically all the songs from the American Idiot album.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So this is constant songs. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So kind of like Les Mis in that sense. You're singing
Yeah.
your lines.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Now,
Cool.
I know it's all based off the American Idiot album, but I understood that some of this sort of mirrors Green Day's kind of struggles
Yes.
throughout the years and all that
Yes.
as well?
The American Idiot album by Green Day came out in 2004, post 9/11. It was kind of Billy Joel's and Green Day's stance or opinion, comment on what was going on in the political
Yeah.
climate post 9/11. The whole album is a concept album, which not a lot of people know.
Yes.
And when they were writing the musical, Michael Mayer and Billy Joe Armstrong wrote the book together. Billy Joe Armstrong kind of put like little Easter eggs on like the LP cover or like the album covers of like different character names. Like there was a Johnny, there was a Tunny, there was a favorite son, there was a what's her name. There's like all these different little characters that he planted. And Michael Mayer thought, well, what if we put these into a story? And they both just worked on it together.
Oh, wow.
And then the musical was born.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
That is good to know.
Yeah, no, I had heard that the musical mirrored some of what was going on with them, and I knew that the album was somewhat autobiographical in a way, but not really. But yeah, very interesting. That's cool.
So have any of you ever seen this being produced before?
I honestly have not. So when I actually auditioned, I had a couple people say like, you should audition. I was like, oh, I like Green Day. Like, sure. Like, but I really really didn't have any idea of really what I would be getting into. But like, honestly, after the read through, and then even after, all the rehearsals that we've had, it's so great. And I actually find myself relating to Johnny a lot, with just kind of the things that he has going on, and so it actually makes me wish that I would have actually like seen it beforehand live. Like I watched it on YouTube.
Well,
Like I watched like
we all do that, yeah.
But I wish that I would have been able to experience it live. Like I actually meant to tell you this today, Carly, but I was watching Broadway Idiot, which is the kind of the story of how all this came to be, and they were recording 21 Guns because they actually this was right before they went on Broadway. They were actually the day that they got announced that they were going to be on Broadway, they did 21 Guns with Green Day, the cast of American Idiot, for the Grammys. And I'm just at home watching with my dog, and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I getting goosebumps?
Yep.
And why are my eyes starting to water? And I'm like just sitting home just like crying. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful.
I've never seen that
I
as well.
remember
Yeah.
watching that at age 14 live on the Grammys, and I thought it was the coolest, greatest thing I've ever seen. And ever since then, I've been completely obsessed with this show and everything about it. And I had been begging for someone in the Omaha area to do it at some point. And the second I saw the audition notice, I was like, oh, this is my time.
Is
I
it?
am going to audition. And suddenly, like, dreams come true.
Isn't that exciting when that happens?
So exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a role that just really fits. It's not just a story that you like, but it's a role that really fits who you are.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's weird
Yeah.
because I've never done anything rock like before. Like I've done R&B-ish, I've done funk, I've done your typical musical theater.
Sure.
But to do like a punk rock, like is out of my wheelhouse. But I'm loving every second of it. And
It's a different
like
way
I
of
said,
singing.
yeah, it's a different. Definitely, it's a different way of
It
singing.
really is.
Absolutely, it's a different way of singing.
Yeah.
So there are often times where I'm like, Joey, are you sure you picked the right guy? I don't know, but yes, it's just great.
So Sarah, you're also singing? Then you all have like little solos that you're doing within this.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And is it just like a whole song, or are there like these mini solos throughout the whole thing?
Honestly, it depends on the song, especially in songs like the opening number. A lot of us get like a couple of lines here and there to just kind of introduce the audience to our characters and to the mindset of our characters. And then I'm fortunate about halfway through the show, I get to sing a song called Too Much Too Soon, where I am helping a friend out of a less than ideal home life situation.
Ah, okay. So how exciting is it for this to be the first production in this space?
So
It's
cool.
magical.
That's got to be exciting to be a part of that too.
We can smell the fresh paint and the construction
I love
is
the smell of
happening.
fresh paint.
It's really great. I mean, this theater is literally coming together as we're talking to these folks, and this is going to be the inaugural. Now, did she mention, has American Idiot been done in Nebraska yet?
It
This is the
has
first.
been done in Nebraska, but not in Omaha.
But not in Omaha.
Oh yes, you are right.
Okay, so that's right. So this is the Omaha premiere.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
So
awesome.
new place,
Yep.
Awesome.
new musical
Do it.
for Omaha. I can't believe nobody in Omaha's done this yet.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
I know.
waiting.
It's been like 14 years, and I'm like,
I was gonna say, yeah, it's been
where
out
is
for a
it?
while. I know. Well, I'd see 14 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to have been in it.
Exactly. I was a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
here we go. Now we're here.
Now we're here.
Now you can be the hot what's her name.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's all I've ever wanted.
That's okay. It'll be a great show. I can't wait to see this. I really need to see this.
Yes.
And we're really excited about the new space. We got to just briefly kind of walk around and look real quick.
Lots going on.
Yes, lots going on.
Yeah, it looks a heck of a lot different than it did this time
Oh,
last month.
absolutely.
Literally the day that Snap Productions got the key to this space, after rehearsal, like a bunch of us just came in and looked around. It was just a completely empty space, and we got to look around.
Nothing
and
was in here.
our stage manager and director were like, "And this is gonna go over here, and this is gonna go over here." And we were like, "This
Yeah,
is so
sure.
cool."
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah.
the best show to just come back with an absolute literal bang.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
How many in the cast?
There are 14 of us.
There's 14 in the cast?
Yep.
It's a pretty good size.
That is a
That's
very
a
good size.
Pretty
Yeah.
good size.
So you're having your production October 6th through the 22nd. You're having your ASL production on the 13th. And then you're doing an industry night on the Monday the 16th at 7:30. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that? Because we don't normally hear the words industry night. So.
Yeah, so with industry night, there's always shows that are going on around the same time, and so you always hear, well, I can't make it to the show because I have rehearsal, or I can't make it to the show because I'm in this show, and typically shows don't happen on Mondays. So this gives everybody, everybody in the industry, everybody who's in theater, who's in a show right now, it gives them a chance to come on a Monday night to actually see and enjoy the show, instead of trying to figure out how they can make it work or anything like that. This gives them a chance to do that. So
I love that.
Thank you. I will be here on that Monday.
That's
right.
Because I am in a show
Well, if we don't
at the
have
same time you guys are doing yours. So I'm like, yes.
Yeah. That it does make it hard to get to everyone's shows.
Absolutely.
It does. I know.
It does, yeah.
And all your friends are in shows, and you never get to see your friends because you are also
Yeah.
in shows.
Right.
Yep.
I know. It's impossible.
And this is the first time that I've actually also heard of an industry night. Like I've been in places where they can come to like the last dress rehearsal or something like that.
Yeah.
But to have like an actual industry on a day where it's like you don't have anything going on.
That's right. You have
Any
nothing
excuses?
on
You know you're
Monday.
on the show. Like, come on.
You have no excuses.
So yeah.
Unless you're in rehearsal. then
Right.
maybe.
Exactly.
I love it. That's a great idea.
That's a really great idea, and I'm definitely coming on that Monday. I'm totally going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank
And
you.
I can
Nice to
just
meet you as
feel
well.
your excitement about this production, which is I just love. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you
for having
Thank
us.
you. Thank you for having us.
It's great.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.